can't always be permanent, but it can be saved and redisplayed, and that's what they're doing in Cincinnati.
Not a first responder, and I wanted to help, and I'm not sure how else to help, but art makes people happy.
Amazing art popped up on boarded up businesses, many with messages of unity.
As the boards are coming down, the message still has to be up.
So now a bigger art installation is planned, extending the artwork and its bigger meaning.
I think it's amazing to see the community coming together and reaching out and showing in a very visual, physical way.
In New York City, artists came together to create a beautiful piece of artwork to help businesses recover from a tragic situation.
Everything was boarded up and looked completely different.
Basically a ghost town.
An alternative way of protest. Just seeing the plywood, seeing that just reminds me of everything from COVID to George Floyd.
Slowly people started to paint on them.
Started off with like 5 artists.
And he said, "Do you want to paint?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Communal painting protest experience.
It's kind of an amazing opportunity for artists because it's like endless canvases.
Get together to create social impact art that was compelling and meaningful for change.
Bringing some beauty out of the tragedy that was the looting of Soho.
I think it's fantastic.
They love it. No one has objected to this. Everyone thinks it's amazing. It's reclaiming Soho.
Photograph the piece. They tell me that it makes them really happy to see this.
It's like taking the windows back, or the windows to the people.
Everyone has to see it. There's no choice really in when you're walking down the street, whether you look to your right or not.
Old school residents from Soho, this is really reminding them of what it used to be like.
They walk by and say, "Thank you. I just got 3 free slices of pizza from Ben's Pizza," because they're so excited that we're beautifying something that was tragically lost.
There's this kind of vitality coming back.
So many of the artists who have come out have gotten commissions, jobs.
And the thing about this neighborhood, though, every minute it's changing.
They aren't here forever.
They have the choice to take them down whenever they want. So that's one of the battles, is getting the paintings back.
Taken down, put into our storage space, because we plan to do a group art show.
And it's kind of a taste of the old New York.
Well, something was lost here, and now something's been gained.
When Senior Minister Shanna Stites saw what happened at Community Christian Church, she said it made it very personal.
To watch it all unfold. The police didn't feel safe. The protesters didn't feel safe.
Concerns of damage prompted the church to put up a plywood patchwork.
We put that up in part to protect the historical aspects of our building, but the plywood does not feel like it coincides with our values as a congregation of being open and welcoming.
Meet Phil Schaefer, a well-known Metro muralist, also known as Psych Style.
He reached out to Phil and said, "We have this canvas up right now. What could you do with it?"
There were already messages painted on the walls here, but I think it was like, we need, a very specific message.
Now on the wall, different posters with powerful messages.
So the most important words are Black Lives Matter, followed by Say Their Names. The word rise is important because we want people to rise up together, come together. So you have the black and white image, bright red bar, and the white letters for their names, lots of contrast.
Showing contrast, yet the posters as a whole echoing a message.
And this is a memorial, but it's also a call to action.
Jesus tried to give voice to people who felt like they didn't have a voice in the world. And I think Phil's art helps to do that.
There's still so much more that's good to know, including a photo album meant to be cherished for generations.